So I just want to show you guys the motor while it's out of the boat. It's a Motor Guide R3 from Walmart. It cost 99 bucks. And we cut about 12 inches off the top to give us what we wanted for height on the kayak. Got a stainless steel eye here, which helps us with our tilt. This is our stainless steel eye for our foot pedals. This is, I believe, a 4-inch, and this was a 2-inch. To do the wiring and to get it onto the boat, we've got a PVC 90, which is not secured in any way or glued or anything like that. And you'll see, I'll show you on the actual kayak, it's kind of nice because when the motor moves, the wiring stays right where we want it to stay. So this is able to stay nice and short. This is how we secure the motor to the kayak. So that's all, and it's like that because I've actually had to pull the motor off before in the water to get the fishing line out from around it. And so if I pull it off the kayak, I don't have to worry about falling in the water and being stuck. So that will go through later. I'll show you on the mount, and it goes like that to secure it. This just swivels for the foot pedals. And that's about it. I'll show you guys here in a second what it looks like on the kayak and how easy it is to put on the kayak. So these are the batteries on charge. I'm using just a Stanley battery charger. Right now it shows they're at 13.7 and it's fully charged. It will go up to about 14.4 when charging before it will stop charging, and then overnight it will settle down to about 13.8, 13.7. And so those plug into here, which these are the charging wires for the battery. This is the quick connect that goes on the actual kayak to hook it up to the harness for the motor. And these are just the Harbor Freight ammo box. Got the battery in there with a circuit breaker just to be safe. And then this is our 99-cent voltage meter, and that's just there so that I can check the voltage. So if it's been up here charging for a little while, I don't have to pull my meter out, or if I take it camping with me, I don't have to pull my meter out. I can just hit that button and that tells me what it's at. If it's on the boat or wherever, just makes it convenient. And it's about a $3 box. So, and that weighs, I don't know, less than 10 pounds. I carry 2 of them when I'm on the kayak with a battery switch, and the harness plugs in here to both batteries, and then whenever I need to switch over, I just hit the switch. But so far I haven't had to switch over. This one battery has lasted me 6 hours. Start in the morning at like 13.7 volts, and about 6 hours later it's sitting around 13.2. So they seem to be lasting me more than I anticipated. But if I ever need the second battery, it's there. So alright, so that's the batteries. Alright, so I wanted to go over the motor setup with you guys, give you guys some ideas on how to do yours if you want to do one. This was actually a whole lot easier than I thought it was going to be, and spent most of my time just double checking and rechecking and triple checking to make sure that I wasn't going to drill any unnecessary holes. But I'm running 2 lithium batteries. These weigh 8 pounds a piece. They are inside of a Harbor Freight ammo box. They have BMS inside the battery pack, which keeps them from overcharging. It keeps them balanced, and I can go easily 6 or 7 hours on one of these batteries. That's running the motor, that's running the fish finder, and that's, I mean, it's not even an issue. or it hasn't been so far. It's a 30 amp hour battery, I think they say, and that's running the motor, I mean, not wide open the whole time, but it's doing anything I want to with it. If I want to go across the lake a couple times wide open, it's no problem. So that has a little 99-cent voltmeter on it with a momentary switch. So when it's over on the bench charging, or before I throw it in the kayak, I can just take a quick glance at what I'm working with. So that one's 13.9, that one's 13.4. And then those plug into little quick connects here. These plugs are what actually charge the battery. You don't use the same plug. So those quick connects, I've kind of made me a harness using a trolling motor quick connect, so I can just remove the whole harness, remove the batteries, and that's got a little flapper door on it. So basically there will be maybe times where I don't want to run the motor, and so I just kind of want to strip it down, and when I do that, I'll just pull this harness out, let the door close, pull the batteries out, and that's it. So this actually switches me between my batteries. I haven't had need yet to even switch it, but if I ever need to switch it, that's all I got to do is just switch that between battery 1 and 2. Fish finders running off battery 1 right now. So these are the factory foot controls. The little catches have been removed off, which just popped off the back of the pedal. You can see I've got 1/4-inch air line here, which is basically my guides for the cable. So that 1/4-inch line starts here, goes through the hole here, and it runs all the way back to the back here. So it's one line with the cable inside of it. These little brass fittings, believe it or not, they came out of a surge protector, which is something I get from work, and so I don't really know where you would source those at, so you might have to come out with something different for that. I just got lucky on that, I guess. They fit that hose perfectly. So then the cable just runs up through a hole, and then we just got to stop on it. So it's just, when you apply pressure, it pulls one side or the other side. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Then we just got a couple of brackets there to keep it in place, and then there's a bracket up underneath there, which is underneath here, that keeps it in place. But it had a hole for a 3rd screw, so I put that in there because otherwise the track, when you're doing this, would kind of bind up a little bit, so that helps keep it straight and helps let the pedals move a lot smoother. This is 1/4-inch air hose line, so I popped a hole there, ran my line up using the little brackets, and ran my cable through that, so it's kind of all concealed.